these are my picks for the 5 best TVs of 2022. Hey guys, Justin here from Waltz, and in today's video, rather than talking about one TV, we're going to talk about 5 and what are the best 5 in my opinion. Now, when I make this list, they're in no particular order because we're not ranking them strictly on performance. This has to do with the price, the features, the design. The performance is important, but what you're getting for your buck. Now, something I don't really get to talk about a whole lot in my normal videos is what is the point of our channel here at Waltz? Well, in a market where there's simply too much information for consumers to digest and sift through, we thought it'd be a great idea to start this YouTube channel to help you kind of figure those things out without getting too technical down to the nitty and gritty. There's a little bit of that, but most of it's just, hey, who's this TV best fitted for and why is it best fitted for that person? And honestly, another reason is to help bring the in-store experience to you, the online shopper, because as we know, online shopping is becoming more and more popular. And this is one of those industries where it's really hard to online shop without doing a little bit of research on your own. So we hope that, using this tool, using the Waltz YouTube channel as a tool in your shopping journey will hopefully inspire people to buy from us rather than our big box competitors like and which they don't offer the same service. So with all that being said, let's get into the video. Samsung's Frame TV has always been a favorite of mine, but 2022 specifically, their new model had some extra shiny features, and that's why it made the list. One of those awesome features is the amazing matte screen, which doesn't affect the picture quality, but reduces all of the glare from your room and adds that extra texture, makes it really look like a picture. And if not a picture, at least a canvas painting. I also love the customization of the frame because there's so many sizes. Now that the 85 has been out for a little bit, it's gotten a little bit cheaper and brought down the other models as well. But just overall, you can change the bezels, you can get random different sizes. I mean, this thing is just very customizable, and that's why I like it so much. And lastly, the attention to detail for little things like the remote, which is, instead of being the standard black finish, it's a white finish, and it's still Solar QLED remote, has all your smart apps, so that you can distinguish it between your normal Samsung TVs. LG's OLED 65B2 really did surprise me this year because there's not a whole lot that's different from this TV than the C2. With the C2, you get a faster processor, a little bit better color and contrast, but you're not getting bad color and contrast with the B2, as opposed to some of the A models in LG's OLED line. Those were actually slower processing speeds and the hertz was different. I mean, it was just not a great OLED. It was still an OLED, but not a great OLED. So the B2 is still a great OLED, but you get it at a fraction of the cost, which when you're making those types of savings makes it a lot easier to justify maybe buying a soundbar. And if you know me, you know I'm going to tell you that, hey, that soundbar is half of the experience. So keep that in mind. Now, I actually wanted to lump up all of the Hisense projectors into one because I just think they did an amazing job attacking price point here. I mean, the fact that you can get anything from the PX1 to the 120-inch L9 for less than $5,000 is just ridiculous to me. I mean, you're simply not going to get 100 inches of quality image for that price anywhere else. Not to mention, they come with screens, so you don't have to go searching for additional screens. This is a huge benefit to going with the Hisense lineup, and that's why it made the list for me. Also, they're 4K laser TVs, so they don't have bulbs like you have to change in normal projectors. Overall, just a great set of products. Samsung's Q80B is got to be one of my favorites overall in the Samsung lineup, simply because of what you get for the price. I would like to say that you probably get the biggest upgrade as far as, you know, stepping up from model to model for price here. You get 120 hertz and a full array backlight panel, so that way you're getting much better color than some of the lower level QLEDs and entry level TVs. And I just can't get over how bright this TV is for the price. This feature comes with all of the 2022 QLED TVs from Samsung, but they also run the 2022 Game Hub feature, which is built into the television's operating system, so you don't actually have to have an Xbox, and you can just cloud game if you hook up a wireless controller. We did do a video on that with the SteelSeries controller, so make sure you guys go check that out, because it's a super cool feature, and it's just a nice, easy way to enjoy the games you already play, but on the couch without having to move your Xbox from room to room. And lastly, with the Q80, I think the design is great here. You really start to get the thinner bezels, a little bit of a raised stand that isn't obtrusive because it's in the middle instead of being on the edges. So if you have a small stand, it's still going to work. But I mean, overall, it's just an amazing TV. Sony's X95K, don't get that confused with the A, which is the OLED, is got to make the final piece on our list, and there's a couple reasons why. First off, build quality is super solid. This thing is pretty heavy, so if you're going to get it mounted, I'd probably recommend having a professional team install it for you. Unless you're going to put it on your stand, just make sure you have some help because it is heavy, but overall build quality is great, which also allows for some better sound quality out of the box. I'm still going to recommend soundbars, but you know, as far as TV audio, I think this is kind of up there on that list. But aside from that, it's super bright and the colors just seem very accurate. Being that it is a high-end mini LED TV, I mean, it's not going to be the same kind of darks that you're going to get with that OLED, but it does pretty much compete for a similar price. It comes down to more preference. I'm personally more an OLED guy, but you know, for it to make that much of a difference and be a competitor, that's why I really thought it should make the list. And when we did our gaming test video, which you should go watch, this TV actually ranked pretty high because of how smooth the motion felt. So I don't know if that has to do with the mini LEDs. I'm not going to pretend and give you false information, but I did feel really smooth. So, you know, for gaming, it's also really good in that department. So those are going to be the top 5 for me. Again, not in any particular order, but there are some honorable mentions out there. I know some of you are probably steaming, wondering why your TV didn't make it into the list, and it doesn't mean that your TV is not good, but there's reasons why I picked these 5, and hopefully I laid those out pretty clear. Oh, and if you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Anyways, honorable mentions. Let's go. LG's OLED C2, although it was a great TV and they improved things with faster processing and better panel, it's kind of what we expect from LG. We just expect better every year. Not crazy better, but better enough to make it worth a purchase. So that's why I didn't make the list, but I still think it's an amazing TV. Samsung's S95B. Now, this probably shocked a lot of you that this one didn't make the list, and the only reason it didn't make the list is because it is Samsung's first year doing OLED technology, so they are only able to have a 55 and a 65 inch, so a couple of negative points there, but you know, it is expected. And I've heard some things about gaming that it's not as pleasurable as some of the other high ends like the A95K and the C2, but again, this is the first year of qd-oled. I'm excited to see where it goes from here, but that's why I didn't make the list. I think it's an amazing TV, but you know, there's room to grow for sure. The A80K by Sony is also going to make the honorable mentions list. And although this TV is not as bright and it's lower level OLED, I thought it looked really smooth when we did that gaming test. And it just, the color, Sony's got a great color engine, and overall, it was a great TV to work with. So for the next one, I'd like to lump all of Samsung's premium TVs into one because there's a lot to talk about here, and I don't want to get into the nitty and gritty on why each one's just a little bit better than the next, but basically you got the 85, the 90, and the 900 all coming from their premium line. I think they did a great job on all these TVs. As always, they look super slick. Their refresh rate is just super smooth. Everything about it is just amazing. And with that new Game Hub feature, it's going to work even better on these TVs. I just personally thought that the Q80 was a more impressive step than these guys, even though they're amazing sets. Another one that makes the list is going to be LG's G2. So a step above the C2, but what's really cool about this TV is it comes with a 5-year warranty and you're getting that designer look. So I thought it was pretty important that we mention it. And the last one I really want to give an honorable mention to is the A95K, Sony's best OLED, qd-oled TV. I mean, this is the one that should be on the top of every performance list in theory. But I just didn't think that it made my list because it's still a little bit expensive for what it is. So, I mean, you guys let me know what's your top 5, and I'd love to see and kind of hash it out with you down in the comments section. 2022 has been a crazy year for this industry, and I can't wait to see what happens in 2023. So make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on all the fun videos next year. But until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is a product that you're interested in, make sure to email me at youtube@waltz so I can get you a special YouTube discount. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos like these, and we'll see you in the next one.